So, after one former champion safely through to the quarterfinal, Carolina Marin, of course, the reigning world and Olympic champion. Next up is mixed doubles, and it features Olympic medalists from 2012 in London, the bronze medalists, the European champions, Joachim, Fischer, Nielsen and Christinna Pedersen. They're up against Kazuno and Kurihara. After that, it is a men's singles, then a second women's singles, and then we'll finish with men's doubles, so plenty more action to come. Well, as far as the mixed doubles draw is concerned, this match is from the top half of the draw. The world number ones, as you can see, safely through to the quarterfinal stage. Cheng Shiwei and Cheng Ching Cheng, who were beaten finalists last week in Delhi. This match we're about to watch is the only match to decide the quarterfinal in the top half of the draw. Well, for the former champions, Joachim Fischer Nielsen and Christinna Pedersen, yes, there's some Danish fans in here. Danish fans seem to pop out, but all badminton venues around the world. Badminton very, very popular in Denmark. And the players jolly successful too. So, as far as the Danes in the mixed doubles here, the former champions this year are the number 3 seeds. Obviously, for second round matches, you can't have 2 seeds playing against each other, which means that Kenta, Kazuno and Ayane Kurihara are not seeded. In fact, they've never got beyond a quarter-final stage of a Super Series event. They've been in 5 quarter-finals, including last week in Delhi. The Danes not participating at the India Super Series. The Danes, the left and right-handed combination. Well, he's a veteran in badminton terms, but he's still one of the world's best. 38 years of age, born in Copenhagen. Former world number ones, one wonderful week just 2 years ago, from the 2nd of April. 2015, 1 week as world number ones. Currently, as you saw, number 5, they've actually been in 2 finals here, because not only did they win in 2013, they were beaten finalists a year later in 2014, lost to Zhu Chen and Ma Jin in the final. She'll be 31 next month, Christinna Pedersen, born in Aalborg in Denmark, and she's been in 3 finals here, because of course she and Camilla Yule won their first ever Super Series title as a women's doubles pair here 5 years ago, when they beat Ha Jung and Kim Min Jung in the final. That was a big upset at the time. Now, of course, they're the second best pair in the world in women's doubles. As far as their first round match was concerned, it was a pair promoted from the qualifying, Lu and Qiang from Chinese Taipei. Pretty comfortable in just 36 minutes, the Danes safely through to today's match. Now, as far as Kenta Kazuno, he's 31 years of age, born in Otsu, which is the main port to Lake Biwa, the largest lake in Japan, and that's in the Shiga prefecture. They are currently number 12 on the world ranking. They have been 1 place higher, in fact 7 weeks at number 11 in the world. Kurihara is 27 years of age, from Kitakushu in Fukuoka prefecture. Now, they beat the world number 9s and winners of the Malaysian Grand Prix Gold earlier this year at Tan Kiang Ming and Lai Pei Jing in yesterday's match, having dropped the opening game to 6. Obviously, Kazuno and Kurihara struggled with the conditions here initially. So as you can see, this will be the third meeting between these two pairs. The Danes have won the previous two, and the last one was at this stage of the All England Championships, the second round, and that was just last month. 41 minutes for that. The first time they met, actually, they did go to 3 games. As we look at our court officials for this, Simon Au from Hong Kong and Klaus Schlieben from Austria. So the winner of this match will play against Jiang Nan and Li Yunwei.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Joachim Fischer Nielsen, Christinna Pedersen, Denmark. On my left, Kazuno, Ayane, Kurihara, Japan. Ayane Kurihara to serve to Joachim Fischer Nielsen. Level, play.
So it's the unseeded pair from Japan, Kazuno and Kurihara, who will get this second round mixed doubles underway against the former champions Fischer, Nielsen and Pedersen.
1 lap.
Well, it was only 2 years ago that this Japanese pair formed their partnership when selected to play all the mixed doubles matches in the Sudirman Cup campaign in Dongguan. And of course, Japan ended up with the silver medal. And the Sudirman Cup coming up next month on the Gold Coast. We're looking forward to that, aren't we, Steen? And I assume this Japanese pair will be their lead mixed doubles pair, or do you think it's...
Probably, but they also have this young pair coming up with Watanabe and Higashino.
Yeah.
Interesting pair. We haven't shown them, but we've had some eyes on them on the tournament, and probably one of the fastest female mixed doubles players I've seen in Arisa Higashino.
Well, mixed doubles is the only discipline at Super Series level that Japanese players have not won.
Yeah, they've been struggling in mixed doubles.
Yes.
It's like that long period where China was struggling in men's doubles, and I think it nagged Li Yongbo that his own master discipline was the one that they couldn't really succeed in, and now it seems like it's the other way around for Park Jubong. In my opinion, the master of mixed doubles, but you can't really find a Japanese pair that can compete at the highest level. I think, for my part, that Ayane Kurihara is a big talent as a female mixed doubles player. I just don't think Kenta Kazuno has the supporting skills to go to finals of tournaments at the highest level. He may prove me wrong, but I just feel that he's too much of a men's doubles player, that he's playing mixed doubles now. Doesn't have that soft touch and the vision for mixed doubles on this level. I mean, make no mistake, he's really, really good. It's just, if you compare him to Joachim Fischer, to Praveen Jordan, to Jiang Nan, Xu Chen, Tontowi Ahmad, and so on, he just doesn't match up.
Yeah, that's a nice smash from him, so. But that's more of a men's double shot, isn't it? What you're talking about is these little skills from the mid-court area, perhaps from below tape height, when you've just got to guide the shuttle into the open space.
Exactly. And sort of understanding the mixed doubles, perhaps the most complex game to play, because there's this physical difference between the two players on the same side.
Yeah, and that's what makes it so intriguing, isn't it?
Now the Danes, they have really good memories from this particular hole here in Kuching, because they're undefeated in this hole as they won the Malaysia Grand Prix Gold in 2015. Normally, of course, we play in Kuala Lumpur, but the stadium is being renovated, so that's why we are here in Kuching. So they should be a little bit more confident with the circumstances here in the hall.
Yes, and of course, Kuching has hosted the Malaysian Open, which is now this event, the Super Series, 11 years ago, 2006, but they weren't a partnership then. They only formed their partnership in 2008.
Service over. 3-8.
Shuttle deflected off the net cord there, making it difficult to defend.
That's well played. He's definitely very, very fast on his feet. Kenta Kazuno. Good control, good control.
Yeah. Just 1 point the deficit now. Yeah, that was good control, wasn't it?
I had the feeling that that was really deliberate, that he was being careful there.
Right to go for it? I think so. Yes, yeah.
Still very, very powerful in his attack, Joachim Fischer. And not only is it hard, it's most importantly, and more importantly, it's steep, which makes it so hard to defend.
There is Park Ju-bong, who you were referring to earlier. Yes, and I think as you get older, you have to think more about where you're placing the shuttle, the steepness, the angle, the variation. No, I think the other thing is that I just delight in is the enthusiasm with which he still plays. He loves every moment of it.
Yeah. It's always been one of his big strengths. There was a period where they were a little bit uncertain whether they should continue as a pair or so, and you could see that was influencing especially Joachim Fischer's game. He wasn't his normal confident self. He was doubting himself, he was doubting his partner and so on, so played really poorly at that time.
11, set. Play.
Good job.
Yeah. Now that's the sort of shot that you want to see more of from Kazuno.
Yeah.
Yep.
I want to see more shots with high quality, and now if you look at the two Japanese players and then try to measure the shot from Kazuno and the shots from Ayane Kurihara, then you'll see that Kurihara often makes very good actions. Two bad choices there, but also well played by the Danes. But you can't have two bad choices in a row. He was committing too much to his forehand side. Oh, that was just before that. Of course, Kurihara, a former singles player as well.
The Russian Grand Prix in 2010 and was beaten finalist at the German Grand Prix Gold a year later, 2011. Oh, it's a good return of serve, isn't it?
13-9.
That's where he really puts pressure on. He closes down that mid-court area so well.
Yeah. And it's so dangerous when Joachim Fischer comes forward, when he gets the lift in his forehand side, because he can hit all over the court, and it's so difficult to cover the cross smashes. Now he follows up himself, and it's almost impossible for the female player to cover both the backhand side and the forehand side. So it's a very strong point of attack from Danes.
Oh, that was a perfect return of serve, wasn't it?
10-14.
Oh, goodness. Thought about it, went over.
I feel that it's a little bit of a pity that we see these lock combinations within countries, because I'd really like to see Ayane Kurihara with an even better male partner. That would be really interesting. I think she would be at least semi-final onwards.
That's gone wrong. So by inference, you're saying that at the moment there certainly isn't a male player from Japan that can play to the level that she could play to.
I don't think so. Then I think we would see them as a pair.
Yeah.
I think Park has an excellent eye for that. I just think this is the best at the moment.
Yes, and I mean, I felt when we went to Dongguan for the Sudirman Cup 2 years ago, I thought that it was, you know, we'd never seen them playing together as a pair, and I thought, well, you know, they've had to find a mixed doubles pair for the Sudirman Cup, the World Mixed Team Championships, so you've got to play a mixed doubles. And I thought Kazuno at the time was trying to qualify for the Olympics in the men's doubles with Yamada.
Exactly.
Yes.
And from that mid-court position, in my opinion, wrong choices. But they played well in that Sudirman Cup. Beat Ko Sung-hyun and Kim Han-nak.
That's right.
And sort of secured the victory for Japan against Korea.
Yes, it was the fifth and final match of the semi-final, wasn't it, against Korea? That was a double hit, wasn't it?
Yeah. 19. That was Kurihara fishing a little bit too much, in my opinion.
But do you think there's a tendency to do that, to try and help out?
Yes, I think there is, and I really fear that how she's going to develop if she keeps playing in this pairing here, because I mean, it's about ultimately it's about winning matches, and you're trying to win the match, but that's perhaps not the best for your development. You should perhaps just play well in your part of the court, and then your partner has to take care of his part of the court.
Yeah.
That was a better choice.
So game point opportunities for the former champions.
Game point 4.
Oh, service fault call. Racket not pointing in a downward direction. Clear signal from Klaus Schlieben.
That means when you serve, the strength is not pointing downward. Yes.
Yeah, you know what the signal means.
Yeah,
you rascal.
I think
13 points.
Well, if anything, I would have said that was too high.
yeah. But I think we see the players whenever they get called, we see them make these inquiries. I think they should just be taken out of the game. No inquiry. I mean, the umpire is, the service judge is signaling what's wrong, so you shouldn't discuss anything. It's just wrong.
No,
That's
exactly. Exactly. Oh, that's nice. That's lovely. Oh, goodness gracious. That was a beautiful block from Joachim Fischer. But I think Kazuno actually a little bit of a slap at the side of the box there, yes, in frustration. He was jolly lucky he didn't get warned for that. So, opening game, 21-13 in 16 minutes. understood what he was saying, I'm pretty certain he'd be repeating exactly what you've just said, Steen. You could tell from the gestures he was talking about those guided shots.
Flat, long, straight, once, twice, and then cross court. It's a mid-court shot. Let's see if they come out a little stronger now, the Japanese pair. I would expect them to. Now they're playing up against the drift and can use the whole court a little bit more freely. They can't lift though, because I mean the attack from the Danes will come even faster at them.
She's trying to encourage him.
Good shot. It's going long.
Oh. No, that's not a good shot. You can see the frustration beginning to show with Kenta Kazuno. Yeah, look at his body language.
Yeah, it's he doesn't believe in the case. Doesn't believe in himself, and it's a funny thing because the pair they beat yesterday, Tan Kin Meng and Lai Pei Jing from Malaysia. Tan is a former singles player, so I think actually there's a good chance of finding a good mixed doubles male player amongst the singles players, because early on you would say, oh, it's doubles player skills you need, but not necessarily. I mean, you need a singles player because you need to be able to cover the whole court. You need to be able to score points for yourself, and that's what Kazuno has trouble with. He has trouble scoring.
Yeah. And of course, Joachim Fischer used to be a good men's singles player too, didn't he?
A singles player. A singles player. You shouldn't say that, Jill. He might listen into it afterwards, and he can't take it.
Well, I thought he was a good singles player.
He was a reasonably good singles player.
Yeah, not the elite tier of tournaments, but 3 titles in Iceland, Spain, and the Bitburger. He won the Bitburger in 2005. Another service fault called. Once again, it's having to be explained.
Service fault. 5-2.
I don't agree with that, because we saw the shuttle was held over the below the level of the right hand, so you can't point him in the upwards direction, in my opinion. But it's really, really hard to see when you see it live. We have the benefit of reviewing it.
3-5.
Should have made more of that. Kazuno. Yeah, he knows it.
6-4. Service over. 5-6.
It's also it's a big change because, I mean, the Japanese men's doubles that we've seen, and also when Kazuno was playing with Kazushi Yamada, it's all fast and furious all the time. So they're so relying on their speed and their agility on the court and so on. And suddenly, this game is not so much about speed and so on. It's a little bit more about accuracy and finding the gap. A little bit of chess.
Yeah, more tactical.
Much more tactical. So the skills that you've sort of made your way forward on in the men's doubles is suddenly not as valuable as before. Good courage.
Yeah, it's well taken.
7-6. Service over. 7-0. Service over. 8-7.
Jack. Excellent play by Joachim Fischer.
9-10.
That guided backhand shot totally turned the rally around. Just before this is the decisive shot.
Going wide.
10-7.
Good defense.
That's I think it's just missed.
Challenge. Yes, there's a challenge from Joachim Fischer. I thought it just missed two, Steve.
Yeah. It was a good shot, a funny looking shot. Players looking at the wrong screen. It's behind them. Goes out.
Challenge and success. One challenge remaining. Service over. 8-10. Right.
Fault called again. Kurihara flick. And that means that the Danes, the number 3 seeds, have a 3-point advantage at the mid-game interval here in the second game. Same reason. Well, Park Ji-won doesn't agree with the service judge. Yeah.
Gives him a grim look there.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
So both coaches return to their chairs. Nielsen for the Danish pair. Park Ji-won.
This one, okay, yep. Yes.
So asking the umpire, how do you want me to serve then? And the problem is that actually when you, if you download the match and replay it frame by frame, you will see that a number of times these calls, they're not backed up by the video material.
It happens a lot that the fault is called when the player flicks serves, and I wonder if the racket comes through so quickly, speed that is,
Yeah.
that by the time they've finished hitting the shuttle,
it points in an upward direction.
Exactly.
And that's what you judge by as a service judge. And the same thing happens a number of times when you lift your left arm, you're called for stuck above the waist. So if you're finishing your movement, lift your left arm, then they tend to fall a number of times there.
yeah, but it's the point as you strike the shuttle where the legality of the serve has got to be deemed.
Exactly, and that's really, really hard to do because
Yeah.
our eyes can't sort of keep up with the speed of the service action.
Oh yes.
Service over. 9-13.
Yeah, more aggression from the Japanese pair at the moment.
Yeah. And they were at 7-7 and sort of had a bad period there. I think the Danes are still quite comfortable with the whole development here. But it's interesting because we know that Christinna Pedersen earlier today qualified for the quarterfinal in women's doubles, but that's actually the last remaining Danes, and they were the ones coming only for this tournament. They didn't play in India, so they flew directly in from Denmark. That's probably something that the Danish coaching team will evaluate when they come home from this Asia trip here.
I think it's something that needs to be evaluated as far as the new tournament structure is concerned, because I don't believe that it's necessarily right to have any sort of Super Series level tournament the week before a Premier. I think the Premier should be the one that everybody turns up for fresh, and if you've got to have 2 Super Series back-to-back, and here we've got 3 back-to-back, that certainly the Premier ought to be the first of them.
Yeah. Couldn't agree more.
He's more expressive than I remember him, Kazuno.
Yeah, but I don't like the way it looks, because it looks a little bit like I can't do this, or I'm not interested. I don't think he's uninterested in any way. It just looks that way, and it looks like it's a little bit more for the audience of the coaches, who are the Danish coaches, Kim Nielsen and Kenneth Jonassen. Kenneth Jonassen, together with Lars Ure, awarded European Coach of the Year.
Yes, magnificent, and very well deserved after the Danish Thomas Cup.
Thomas Cup in the Olympics, I guess.
Yeah. Brilliant. That's a good rally. Yeah, I think going back to the Kazuno body language, I'd like to see him, if he's going to be expressive, celebrate the good bits as well.
Yeah.
It's all the negative energy that's been shown, isn't it?
Yeah, but then again, I mean, I can understand him in many ways, because I think he's been giving a lot of directions on how to play, and how to play better, and so on. So I feel for his situation.
Yeah.
As far as I see it, it just doesn't get any better, because now they've played for 2 years, and it's pretty much the same level.
Yeah. Miscommunication there. Oh, that's delightful. Yeah. More of that from Kazuno.
13-17.
Now, I'm not suggesting that he should do a Carolina Marin, but I would have liked to have seen a sign that he was really pleased with that. But then if you're not naturally the extrovert, and you can't turn somebody into somebody they're not.
You should be the one you are.
Yeah.
Everybody else is taking it.
Yes. Yeah, I like that.
18-13.
Fischer.
Yeah.
Service over. 14-18.
was a super idea. He's trying to guide the defensive shot across court. Didn't miss by much either. Yeah,
Service over. 16-19.
That's a great shot from Kurihara.
Just put the 5 centimeters longer into the Danish court, and that makes it difficult for Christinna Pedersen to play down the back of her, actually.
Yeah. That's a good serve too. It's just 1 point in it now. Well, 2 match point opportunities to the 2-time finalists here at the Malaysian Open. Point well saved. Yeah, I like that shot from Kazuno. Hold and flick deep into the backhand corner of the left-hander. This time 21-13, 21-19, the margin of the victory for the former champions, Joachim Fischer, Nielsen and Christinna Pedersen. 42 minutes needed to book their place in the quarter-final once more. The net cord on the return of serve. Pedersen, well, she's through to 2 quarterfinals now here in Kuching. Yeah, lucky fan's going to get a little wristband. So their confirmation, 21-13, 21-19 in 42 minutes. So after that mixed doubles, next match features the 12-time finalist here, and of course the 11-time champion, the defending champion, Lee Chong Wei of Malaysia, up against Hu Yun. After that, we'll have a second women's singles, and the reigning world champion Chen Yufei up against the former world junior champion, Go Jin Wei. Then we'll finish with men's doubles, and Gideon and Sukamolyo have been in tremendous form this year. They've won both the Super Series tournaments so far, the All England and India last week. So plenty of excitement still to come. Well, as far as the men's singles draw is concerned, this is the top half of the draw, and we can see that the battle of the two qualifiers is Jun, who has come through that, and beating Brice Laverdez. And here is the world number one, the 11-time winner of his home event here, the Malaysia Open. First won the title in 2004.
Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan yang dihormati, Anda diingatkan sila jangan guna flash fotografi semasa perlawanan.